Uh, I thought I would go over today, being I've got time and I'm killing and I'm bored. I'm on a 34-hour reset here in this little hole in the wall called Eden, Idaho, and I'm at a Ambest Oasis truck stop. So anyway, I've been here since about since about 6:45 last night. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I've been here about 22 hours, and I'm bored out of my gore. So anyway, I thought here's what I would do. Let's people have had a lot of questions about what happens when you come to work with Crete. So there are some things that you go through, and I thought I would go through and show you some of the stuff that you go through in orientation, and then once you get on the road, what you're going to run into that may be different than the company that you work for. First of all, they're going to give you this bag here that's got Crete and Schaefer on it, and a nice little tote bag. Anyway, I keep it with me. Inside of this bag, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. This is what you get in orientation. Orientation is 3 days, usually a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. It may be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, depending on where you go through orientation at. In Lenoir City, Tennessee, it's always a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, uh, anyway, they will give you this bag to start off with. Every day you will go through some portion of this, and they will have a written test that at the end of the day, you will take this test and you get all the answers. I mean, it's no hidden. You can even ask questions while you're taking the test. That the deal is that you sign your name at the top and you sign your name at the bottom that you was here and that you took this test, and you're gonna make 100 on it. One way or the other, you're gonna make 100 on it. But anyway, hey, Snapper, good to see you, man. Anyway, when you're going through orientation, one of the first things they're going to give you is this book. You'll fill out a lot of forms, and the forms are, this particular one is about uh, your 401k and any retirement or anything like that, how you want it directed, how much you want taken out. They'll give you a book on this. It's handled by Union Bank. Uh, all of the Crete stuff is all handled by Union Bank. They'll give you a thing that says I've never used this. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, this is your uh, you have a blank thing to do if your uh, ELD quits working. This is how you can do your time keeping, and they want to make sure you know how to use that. This is a terminal guide. Crete has terminals, not just drop lots. They've got a lot of drop lots too, but they have terminals all over the country. And every one that I've been in just about all of them that I can think of, except for Salt Lake City. I have not been there. And that's actually not too far away from here, but uh, all of their terminals are just top notch compared to what I was used to with the company I worked for before and the other terminals that I have seen through other companies. Uh, this is Crete has some really nice, clean terminals. Pristine. They all have a driver's lounge. They have most of them. I can't think of one that doesn't have a laundry in it where you can do your clothes for free. They've got showers in them. Uh, and they have people that come in every day and clean the bathrooms and clean the showers and clean the break rooms and uh, they have little dinette like things in them where a vending machine room. Uh, Snapper here is saying that Salt Lake is similar to the one in Columbus. The one in Columbus I have been in, and it's real nice as well. Uh, all of these terminals, Crete really does take care of their drivers, and the terminals are really nice. They all have huge big screen TVs in them, and like I said, most of the time I get in them. West Memphis. I have heard about West Memphis, but the only thing I've been to is the terminal they have now, which is basically a dirt drop lot. Uh, but yeah, I'm anxious to see that. I passed through Lincoln the other day, and they completely redid all of the drivers' lounges and the showers and everything in Lincoln. There's a new, you see, I got my new shirt on here. They have a new company store where you can buy shirts and clothes and stuff with the company logo on it. And it's really, really, really nice. So they even have a restaurant there in Lincoln. So of course that's where the headquarters is, and that's where all the office people is. But they have and it's good. It's cheap. It's good food. So they know that truck drivers are all about eating as well. So at that particular one there in Lincoln, it's really nice. Anyway, this one tells you, this is a terminal guide, tells you where all the terminals are, and it talks about fueling. Inside of this is teaching you how to use this particular thing is teaching you how to use PeopleNet. For those of you that are with other companies that don't use PeopleNet, you're lucky. I do not like PeopleNet. It's slow. It hangs up. Uh, Occasionally, it'll just kick off going down the road and tell you that it's not it's not operating as a ELD, and then all of a sudden it'll decide, oops, yeah, I am too. Anyway, uh, Crete, I understand, is owned and run by attorneys. So everything they do is based on what an attorney would do. This deal, when you go through orientation and you take the test every day, basically you're signing off that yes, we did cover this in orientation, and here's the proof of it. So if you ever try to claim that, if something happens out on the road and you claim, well, nobody ever told me about this, they can go, I've got it in writing with your signature on it that yes, we did cover this. And that's the way they do on PeopleNet as well. PeopleNet, yeah, Tyson Foods. I understand. There's other companies that uses PeopleNet. This is my first experience with it, and I flat don't like it. Uh, anyway, Crete wants you to do all of your communication that you can through PeopleNet, and the reason for that, I know the reason for this because I've worked in another industry where if it wasn't in writing, it didn't happen. So basically, if you call somebody on the phone and you decide, well, this, and this is going to happen, and you do that and it goes terribly wrong, there's no proof that you ever had the phone call one way or the other. But if it's in writing, if you typed it out and sent it, or they sent it to you, it protects you and it protects them that all the communication was in writing. So I understand. What they don't understand, though, is we don't have a keyboard out here that we can just ticky type a paragraph and explain our situation. Uh, they don't understand that. But anyway, that's what how to send in your log sheets through TransFlow, and how to use the PeopleNet. So let's see. The next thing, driver handbook. You'll spend a lot of time go, in orientation going through the driver handbook. The biggest thing that you're going to get out of this driver handbook is that number one, no alcohol, period, in your truck. Whether you're on duty, off duty, whether you're on your home time, whether you're on 34-hour break, there's never, ever, ever any time for a Crete driver to have alcohol, an alcoholic beverage of any kind inside his truck. So that's rule number one. They do not want you to have weapons in your truck as well. I'm going to leave that at that. So, but anyway, that's the two big things you're going to grab out of the driver handbook. Basically, it's going to tell you how to handle your hours of service, as far as if a customer has a claim or it's going to cover pretty much anything that you would run into if you're already a driver for another company, you're going to know most of this already. It's just in writing, and they can always say, we gave you a book, you signed that you received this book, so we know you got it. So you can't claim that you didn't know this. They'll give you some other things as far as I've never used this one as either. It's a loading and unloading verification. Never used it. But I got a whole book of forms on how to do that. They give you this thing that comes from insurance. It's all about your insurance with the company. This whole big deal here, it's all about what kind of insurance you get, what it covers, what it don't cover, and all that kind of good stuff. The two last books here, an operations manual. They have caught and fired drivers in the past for drinking in the truck. Yes. The operations manual basically just tells you how the company works. It tells you all about this. Also goes into the book that's on the PeopleNet. Shows you how you get your load calls, how you handle everything, how you send in a loaded call, let them know that you're loaded or unloaded. Or anyway, the last thing here is an orientation fill in the blank. And anyway, you got to go through this whole thing. You can see I filled in all the blanks, and on the last day of orientation, they do a summary of everything that you learned in orientation, and you go through this and you minute by minute, you have to go through and finish that up on your orientation. Now, while you're in orientation, it doesn't matter if you just had a medical exam, a DOT medical exam yesterday. You're going to get one when you go through orientation. You're going to go through their people. They don't accept anybody else's other than their people to do a medical exam. And if they even think that you're overweight and you might snore, they're going to send you to have a sleep apnea test. So you can bank on it. That's one of the, if there's anything I'm pissed off about with Crete, it's about this damn CPAP machine. I hate it with a freaking passion. So anyway, the sun is really, let's see if I can block this. Well, maybe. There you go. That's better. So the sun kind of snuck up behind me here while I was doing this, but you can count on the CPAP machine and the sleep apnea test. That may extend your orientation for a day or so. Whatever you do, if you have high blood pressure, some people love their CPAP machines. I get it. I don't. I absolutely hate it. I didn't need it in the first place. I was borderline to start off with, and I hate the thing. I absolutely hate it. But anyway, that's kind of what you're going to go through in orientation, and they will find you a truck, and they may have you ride with another driver. It may be at the terminal you're at, or it may be at another terminal, but they'll either rent you a car and you can drive to that terminal and pick up your truck, or they will put you with another driver that'll drop you off at that particular yard if it's not too far away. Good deal. Yeah, North Dakota, man, I love it up there. There's pheasants everywhere. That's the only place I've ever seen wild pheasants, North Dakota. But Man, you'll love it up there. I really loved running. I'm talking to old Snapper here that's commenting that he's fixing to go to North Dakota.